Hello and welcome back to Planet Stronghold Colonial Defence. I've just noticed I have 63 stars at this point, and nothing I can really... At this point, I'm just upgrading the scouts. I don't use them, but just for the sake of having everything that I can upgrade up to gold standard. Because I seriously doubt there's anything that needs 60 stars left. But either way. Because that's enough to fully upgrade 20 cards. So it's just madness. Anyway. Okay, let's do this job for Lucius. Captain, don't you find that noise interfering with your subroutines? Noise? What noise? Lucius cocks his head, and his eyes dim to blackness as he faces east. For a moment, you think something is seriously wrong as several minutes pass, in which the robot doesn't respond to your queries or proddings. And just as you're about to call Mirror for help, Lucius's eyes return. Captain, did we just experience a temporal anomaly? Wait, you think we travelled in time? My internal chronometer indicates that 10 minutes have passed that I cannot account for. Lucius, you were just gone. You were like a statue. Do you need to recharge your batteries? Negative, Captain. I possess sufficient quantities of electricity. I could electrocute Mario as he sits and have enough power left over to cause Xavier's beard to burn. Okay, Lucius, you are going in for a diagnostic. I'm glad you aren't lacking power. I certainly don't need to picture you as an executioner. Captain, something is causing distortion in my neural pathways. Are you sure you don't hear that noise? It's like a high-pitched whine. No, there's no sound. Lucius cocks his head and looks once more to the east. He takes a step forward and falls to the ground with a loud crash. Interesting. It appears my ambulatory system has been compromised. I suspect the noise is on a wavelength you can't hear, and it is enough to distort my circuits. Is there anything else? Certainly. Thoughts are rising. Ones I never had before. Ones overriding the restrictions I have in place for human safety. Well, that's troubling to hear. Can you find the source of this noise? Affirmative. You must go that way. Lucius points off towards the east again and tries to rise. At first it looks like he's going to be successful as he balances on the balls of his feet. And then he crashes face first into the ground. Assistance, please. We are almost there, Captain. Just a few hundred meters. Lucius points at a distant spot in the desert ground, and at first you don't see anything out of place. Then, as the sands part, you see several serpentine figures rising from the ground. Robo-brains. They are thanking me for bringing them fresh grey matter. Well, let's blow these guys the hell up. Okay, they're robo-brains, so that means we're gonna ditch the flamethrower turrets and the basic turrets. And lose the spiked iron vines. We'll need some regular infantry. We can ditch the sharpshooters, ditch the marksmen, ditch the battle drones, ditch the volunteers, ditch the robo-ants, and ditch the assault infantry. Our Charlotte is unavailable, fair enough, so I'm limited to just Diana, which is fine, because I was only using Diana's cards anyway. Okay, I need credits for everything there, which is a pity. Regular infantry, that'll do. Grenadier unit, lovely. Unfortunately, he can't target them because, well, he's cloaked, but... Aha, Mr. Grenadier, blow his head off, please. Thank you. Laser turret up. Ugh, slime. Why is it always slime? Okay, at this point they're exactly the same, so I'll do that. Deploy an Agent Zero. Hit there. Agent Zero, target, and end the turn. Captain, I hope you can forgive me. It was not my intent to lead you into a trap. It's alright, we didn't expect the rope brains to be there. Or did you know? Of course not, Captain, though... You have something to add? Back at the colony, when my thoughts were compromised, what did you have in store for me? Trust me, you do not wish to know, though if you are of a paranoid bent, you might want to keep the feather duster and peanut butter out of my reach, at least for the next couple of days. Aha! That's all the NPC side missions. Spiffy. I figured I had to be getting through them. But seriously, what the hell does he use? Does he plan to use peanut butter and a feather duster for? That sounds decidedly kinky to me. Anywho, continue the story. Captain, pardon my interruption. We are receiving word of something which may interest you. Bankers, activate laser towers. Current indications are no. However, it appears a full-fledged city appeared within our boundaries. Personnel on patrol discovered it. They believe the Paladrain sandstorm unsurfaced it. Given recent events, they asked for assistance before exploring further. Mission 18. The Forgotten City. Your anxiety is contagious. I know I was nervous whether the Academy accepted or not. It's not every day I have the chance to explore a city unseen for millennia. You do recall this isn't a human city? That xenophobic nonsense again? Fine, so I put my species above the aliens. Can you honestly say the majority of them don't do the same? No. Besides, there are some things which transcend species. Art, music, architecture. In fact, I would say to know the soul of a people is to dwell within its works. Sounds like you're in the wrong line of work. You might be more suited to archaeology. Whip not included. No. There's a lot of work involved in actual archaeology. I like to build, but the discoveries, architecture. It's like frozen music. One way you can experience a moment of the past. Have you ever been to the Flavian Amphitheatre? That's the Colosseum, isn't it? It is impressive. Indeed. Built during the height of the Roman Empire. Symbol of its power and wealth. And now, a skeleton of its former self. Stones taken for other projects. Abandoned to the cats. I guess they needed a place to live. My brother would have given them the run of the house. I'll cede you the point about the cats. What do you think would happen to us if we don't defend ourselves? We're transitory, but our works would stand, unless someone brought them low. I've tried to temper my own reactions because I'm sure the aliens feel the same way. And well they should. I don't begrudge them when we battle. Most of us are just two sides of the same coin. However, just because I understand doesn't mean I will stand aside either. Do you have any idea who built the city? We're still far from it. The way it gleams pink in the sunlight. It looks to be made of rose quartz crystal. Doubt it's healing crystals, which would leave one species. Anathema unearthed. Defilers of forgotten. Cursed be you. The Paladrains aren't terribly subtle, are they? They just sort of pop up, get pissed off that we're there, and then try and kill us. I'm going to leave the flamethrower turrets out on this one because they're not as useful here. I will need some volunteers, some assault infantry, some robo-ants, and... oh, forget it, let's have one flamethrower turret. Okay, got a sharpshooter in. Unfortunately that is about all we can afford at the moment. Bloody sandstorm cards. Spiked iron vines. Snipe the wall. Get me some volunteers. Hit the wall. Deploy battle drone. Okay, volunteers. I want that smashed. Battle drone. Deploy. Take him out. Thank you. Okay then. Missile turret up. Because that will do damage against anything that tries to deploy. Because between them they can take out pretty much anything that tries to spawn, and everybody else can just pile on. I don't claim to have the most subtle or elegant tactics, but I don't think you could deny their effectiveness. Plague upon you! We've already tried that once and it didn't work so well, did it? Mario, settle down. When first discovered, we didn't know this city was one of yours until we investigated it. Falsehood! Unearthed what should remain dead. Maggots, vermin in the bones of the past. Incorrect! Your little trick with the sandstorm is what brought the city to the surface. Verify. Possible. No. You unearth the forbidden. Shatter Paladrain body. Enslave soul. I don't know what you're talking about, but if you attack us again, we will defend ourselves. Scene 18. The briefing room. So, another run-in with the Paladrains. Yes, the Paladrains have first claim to the city. An abandoned city? Exciting! Sounds like another award-winning documentary in the making. It is in almost perfect shape. It wasn't destroyed, just abandoned. Before retreating, Asterion Khan said it was forbidden to enter the city. Our arrival disturbed its slumber, but he wouldn't explain why. Sounds like something right out of your story, Charlotte. You do know that stuff will rot your mind, yours and Alicia's both. Well, pardon me for reading bedtime stories to my daughter? Yes, but I have never heard anyone using At the Mountains of Madness to help their child sleep. That stuff gives me nightmares. I think I know why the city was abandoned. My knowledge of the Paladrain history isn't as complete as I would like, but from what I recall, there was a city which grew to dominate the others. I know the story as well. It was eventually defeated when an alliance brought it down. They said they enslaved the dead, making them into weapons. Now you're saying the Paladrains were making them zombies? Please. You're thinking human dead, which would be wrong. Paladrain dead, though. Unfortunately, Mira is right. If you spend enough time dealing with the black market, there is demand for everything. I've been contacted by a few people from my old life, asking if I had access to a few shards. Incorporate them into an appropriate computer. Almost sounds like the robo-brains, but more inorganic. It's a fair analogy. I gather there was a large debate during my construction, whether to use Paladrain shards or not. I am grateful to say the answer was no. And if the city is untouched, sounds like a prime opportunity for would-be thieves. I wish I could say you're wrong, but you're not. If word gets out, well, I'll have to keep a close eye on some of my people. But is that going to be enough? Is there anything more we could do? Make an example of anyone found looting. Bury them up to their deck. Let the Yellinger have them. As satisfying as that might be, it won't stop everyone. Station guards, then. Heck, give it a punishment detail. Even if there was... Oh, for Pete's sake, I've got the hiccups now, that's annoying. Okay. Even if there was enough manpower, you face the same problem. How many soldiers will take a souvenir home? Something small that wouldn't be missed. But this is a great opportunity to study the Paladrain past. In the middle of a war? I don't think so. I see one solution. Bury it again. It won't stop the most determined tomb robbers, but they'd have to be highly motivated to get through tons of sand. Is that even possible? Are the vehicles up for it? They can be finished with little to no time. Just a little realignment. We can redirect the gravitic coils to act like a leaf blower, but for sand. Wait a minute. Does that sound a bit familiar? I remember a story Nana used to tell. During the Unification Wars, it was said your great-grandfather was surrounded 321. He managed to escape using his vehicles to create a cloud of sand, which allowed the bulk of his forces to escape. Your family has a history of fighting for the Empire, doesn't it? Only the ones who are proud to claim, too many were on the other side. Well, your ancestors just like to fight. If you concur, I think it would be best to cover the city once more. We can always unbury it in the future. Agreed. Well, still only Charlotte to talk to, so again I suspect that's probably the big romance scene, which I'll be doing at the beginning of the next part, incidentally, because I'm going to quickly do these two missions and see if I can get them both done before... I'm probably not going to have enough time to get them both done before... Okay, you finish that. He only has 2 health, so he'll be killed when he tries to fight the laser turret, so you guys can look it over there. Fire, 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 and fire. Good. Right, that's a good point to end this part, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.